The challenge is that women are having, Black women in particular, when it becomes to becoming a wife?
Keeping it 100,
Yes.
there's not enough eligible Black males who fit the needs of Black women. By the time you dissect the demographics of finances, sexual orientation, what you end up drilling down into, because Black women tend to want to marry Black men.
Right.
So Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
Right.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. I'm your host, JD, and I'm joined with my co-host,
S.Banks.
Okay. And what are we talking about today?
We're talking about ex-dating coach backpedals. Men don't care about your six figures. When will you females get that? Today, it's going to be a trigger alert. But don't take what we say to heart. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
Now, we might rub some of you the wrong way, but I'm going to say what I say. And I think,
With love.
let me say this, right? We have two videos for you. Well, no, we have three videos for you today. And they're kind of controversial, but at the same time, facts over feelings, I'd say. But yeah, let's just go right in, take a listen. We're going to come back, give you our thoughts, and then you can see where we at. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe also. So I don't know if you want to chime in and segue us in, or we're going to dive into the clip. Let's just dive into the clip, man.
Let's dive into the
Yeah,
clip.
so we're going to play those clips and then give us our we'll give you our thoughts when we come back. So without further delay, here's clip number 1.
What do you think the challenge is that women are having, Black women in particular, when it becomes to becoming a wife?
Keeping it 100,
Yes.
there's not enough eligible Black males who fit the needs of Black women. By the time you dissect the demographics of finances, sexual orientation, what you end up drilling down into, because Black women tend to want to marry Black men.
Right.
So Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
Right.
And it's also shown in research that women want to marry on their same level of financial and educational status.
Yeah.
So if you're a Black woman making $150,000 a year with a master's degree, you tend to want to marry a Black man on that same level or higher. If Black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up with that?
Okay, that was end of clip number 1. And that was ex-dating coach Lynn Pope. And she made a video a couple of years ago. And she was talking about how difficult women could be, particularly Black women. And there was a lot of cap in that particular video. But we're gonna rewind back in time and play the other clip also. But what's your first thoughts on this particular clip?
Well, my first thoughts are,
Mhm.
and also because we have watched the other clip and we
Yeah.
know what we're talking about, was I thought women were the issue and it wasn't the men.
Yeah.
Like we said, she's backpedaled. So her first initial thing was women are the problem. But now men are not qualified enough for Black women.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Mm-mm.
that's my first thoughts.
One of my notes is, how do you get to this? Like women like her, I'm gonna say Generation X. Obviously, they pander to women's feelings. Women spend most of the pound. And
We do.
so basically, it's a money thing. That's what I'm getting. Because no diss to her, but I'm just saying there's a lot of Generation Xers that mislead young women, and young women look up to them for guidance and counsel. And what she said in that clip was all lies, cap. It was a joke thing. And if that's the mothers and the aunties that young women look up to, their futures are doomed. Now, for the purpose of this video, I will tag somewhere, some information about what I'm talking about, where I'm going to put facts and data, because she's saying that black women are excelling at such a high rate. Black men ain't good enough. But we know that black men and men in general make more money than black women. Black women may be more educated, or you're more enrolled than black men. And basically black women are too good for black men. But that's kind of the thing in the black community, where your mothers teach you that you're supposed to be better than the black man. Exactly. I'm just saying, put in the comments if you disagree with my statement. What do you want to add on that?
Well, she said that there are not enough eligible black men who fit the needs of black women. Now, for me, I'm being sarcastic. She's right, because what man can fit a black woman's needs realistically? Because a lot of black, not all, obviously, a lot of black women are very unrealistic. They're unrealistic. Who can meet their needs?
But you're basing that off of what she previously said, but we're talking about this clip now.
Yes, but
so
she's saying
but she's saying based on the black woman's income, her status, all those kind of things, right? That black, because women date across and up. So she's saying the men that those women are looking for are beneath them. So then I hear where you're trying to go with it.
I'm just saying that,
but no,
black women are very unrealistic. So who can really meet their expectations anyway? What man can really meet their expectations? Because they want the world and everything in it. Okay, granted, everyone kind of does. If
you should aim high. I agree with that.
I don't disagree with that.
But don't be delusional and unrealistic.
Exactly. That's my point.
What she previously said.
Yes, but that's my point from what she said in this clip. Is, a lot of women are unrealistic. So,
what do you think a man wants in a woman? What does he look for? Does a man walk around and go, "Oh shit, look at the degree on that"? I can only imagine the education that she has.
No.
How do you think men view women?
First of all, just like what's in the title, men do not care about your 6 figures, your degree, and all these other things. Now, when it comes to money, he doesn't care because he don't get to spend it.
He can't spend it.
And then when it comes to degree, are you going to use that degree to help us get what we need?
So
usually no.
Okay, so the women that men go for, or the men that women go for, what use are you to that man?
Yeah.
So you go into college, you go into university to get your education, your degrees, your masters, yada, yada, yada. But what use, how are you putting that to use to benefit yourself, that man, and building communities and family? How is he the benefiting from what you've done? Except for waving it in his face saying, "Hey,
I've got a degree. Exactly.
I'm bigger and I'm better than you."
Well,
just saying.
Men want women that, as I'm sure a lot of people know, fit, friendly.
A lot of people know. Okay.
I'm sure they must know by now.
No, they don't, because Kendra G, she got a little bit of backlash the other day. A lot of people say that some content creators are a bit too harsh. If you say it nice, if you say it nasty, if you say it however you say it, you're not allowed to hold women accountable for their actions. So it doesn't really matter.
But what did she say? She said basically, F you and don't watch my stuff. If you have a problem.
But why did she say that? She said that based on a woman calling in on her show, lying, but saying she doesn't want a liar, chatting S, right? And she didn't even check her that hard, because when with women nowadays, it's like when you're talking to them, it's like talking to them on eggshells. You're scared.
Soft.
One false move, it's like a minefield. That's the truth, right?
It's true.
Exactly. I'm just saying. But what do you think a man wants in a woman? Let's answer that.
A man wants a woman that is friendly, fit, who can
Yes.
cook, who brings him inspiration, peaceful,
Okay.
there's more. It's not coming to me right now.
So men want
Submissive. Yep.
peaceful, feminine, inspirational.
Yep.
It's not just about the smash, but yes, we want you physical. We want you fertile.
Yes.
We want all of those things, right? So then in any of those things I mentioned, I didn't mention your degree
Nope.
or how much money you got. Not like I can spend it. And it's not like to say the money that you're getting, you're pouring into us or something that I'm trying to do, my vision. You're doing what you're doing. And I'll say this, a lot of women, they come from a masculine perspective as far as, oh, you've got a degree, I got a degree. You got 6 figures, I got 6 figures. That's what men do. That's masculine. We're different. Men and women are different. Don't try to say we're the same. And so many feminists say, oh, we're the same, but we're not the same. We view things different. What you want in a man is very different than what I want in a woman. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah. And they think that by them having a degree and money, it elevates their SMV, which is sexual market value. And it doesn't.
It doesn't do a thing,
No.
because it's based on your fertility, how you look, your weight, your beauty. It doesn't have nothing to do with your degree. You could have 10 degrees. Who cares?
Exactly.
They don't care if you got 10 degrees and masters and
let me
bachelors.
say this right. Let me say this right. I don't want a stupid chick.
Of course.
Of course, no. But women get that misconstrued, and they just run with whatever BS they want to run with, right? Now let me say this. I don't want a stupid chick, and I think most men, most rational, decent men, don't want a stupid chick. Of course, I want an educated woman. I just don't want her to be masculine and in competition with me and waving her degree or that piece of paper in front of me saying, "Oh, I've got this and I've got that."
What do you have?
Okay, let's say you okay. So you got your degree. Let's say your degree in I don't know, psychology. Let's say that degree is 50 bags. It costs you 50 bags to get that. You got a student loan debt for how much? 50 bags. So then when I get with you, I got to take on that debt too. But don't get me wrong, I'm going to put some stats and data to prove what I'm saying.
Do you think that a lot of men don't go to uni for that exact reason? Not that they can't pay it. It's just that why would you want to be in debt?
A lot of men are going to, they're being entrepreneurs. They're doing their thing. They're realizing, okay,
You don't need to.
I'll say this. There's some women, right, that will work for somebody, get treated like an a-hole, and get treated like a doormat, and they earn 250 grand a year. Then you have a man, and he works for himself, his own business, and he's his own boss, and he makes 100 grand a year. He makes that. Why is it that that woman that earns more money can't money manage? She got how much debt, how much credit card loans, yada yada yada. This is facts. Women spend money. Black women particularly spend money more. They spend how much money on their makeup.
Hair, nails, makeup.
Exactly. Where men don't typically do those things. So when you're having women like Rebecca Lynn Pope, and no diss to her, but Generation Xers like her, feeding women the feel good Kool-Aid, that's facts over feeling because she's misleading you. And I'm so glad that young women today are waking up and saying, no,
I don't
you know
want to
what?
be like you.
This ain't for me.
Yeah.
This doesn't even make any sense. I want to build a family. If you look at the community now, it's jacked up. And that's because who's running it? Who's leading it? But I'll say this. Don't take my word for it. Let's hear what Rebecca Lynn Pope said a couple of years ago to what she's saying to this day, 2022. So without further delay, let me play that clip just for a moment. Don't take my word for it. Hear her.
Hello, this is Rebecca Lynn Pope coming on real quick. You guys know that I have been swamped lately, but I promised I would come on and just share my viewpoints on why women are just, many women, I'm not going to say all women, but many women are very, very unrealistic about their standards for men, dating, and marriage. So I'm going to give my opinion on this. And now listen, girls, I'm about to be very raw. I'm about to be very real. I'm about to just shoot it to you as just straight as I can because I'm hoping that this helps somebody. Because as you girls know, I'm a matchmaker. And for a large part of the end of last year and beginning of this year, I stopped matchmaking. And the reason I stopped matchmaking is because I literally was I can't handle female clients. I was a matchmaker that matched females, and I had a few male clients, but predominantly I was matching women. And listen, it was such a valuable lesson for me because what I learned is that the average woman doesn't really want just a good man. She doesn't want a husband. What she's really wanting are these standards or ideas that she has of what a man is supposed to be. But this is nothing what men are. This is not realistic for who men are, how they think, what they value. It's just this preconceived, idea that women have of who men should be. But this is not reality.
Okay, and that clip was, I think, 2017, right? And you heard it from the horse's mouth herself, right?
Exactly.
And it's funny that she goes from what she said just now to what she said in the first clip. Now, there's money making in pandering to women,
Yep.
particularly black women,
Yep.
because that video that we just played got over 1 million views. We'll tag that as well. And you can hear the rest of that clip. She goes on to say women are unrealistic. And let me segue into my first note. Women today have a sense of entitlement. I deserve mentality. They ask for men to be all these different kind of things, right? And they're not even 10% of what they ask those very same men to be. She states it in that clip. And it's funny, of recent, she's saying, no, it's the men that are the problem.
Because it's always the men's fault.
But why do they do that? They do that because they're trying to make money from you. The feel good Kool-Aid. Facts over feelings. Or feelings over facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's what they're doing. Don't listen to them. What's your thoughts?
Rebecca Lynn talks about how women want men that don't exist. They don't exist because a lot of black women are very unrealistic. Like I said before, they're unrealistic with the types of men that they want. So she's fed up with female clients because the type of men that they ask for is like, well, I don't have a guy that ticks all of those boxes that you want because the majority of guys is such and such. The majority of guys earn this much money. The majority of guys look like this or is this tall or whatever else. But they want a majority of women, probably her clients want men that's over 6 foot, making free.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, right, in that last clip we just played, she states that. She says, I set clients up with guys that are 6'5", 6 figures, six-pack abs. You know, the whole yada yada, the sixes, right?
Yeah.
That women generally want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not all, some. But those clients said that's what they wanted.
Yes.
She's brought those attributes forward,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still not good enough.
No, because the women want men that don't exist. Because even though that's what they asked for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they take them? Because there's something that they didn't tick one of the boxes that they wanted. So you want a perfect man. There isn't one. That's to
They don't want a perfect man. There's no man that's perfect.
exactly. But like I said, you're being unrealistic. You're being very unrealistic.
Do you think that older women pander to younger women
Yeah.
so they can end up just like them? Misery needs company. And women, I'm not targeting Rebecca Lynn Pope. She's just the talking point in this particular conversation.
Yeah.
But those women, they got networks. They're around social settings and people where they can have access to certain kinds of men, certain kind of situationships. They have access to that, where your average woman doesn't have access to those kind of things.
Yeah.
So maybe she's got a book coming out. Maybe women like that have some type of course, and they tell younger women, this is the way to be. But the good thing about today, say like 30 years ago, we didn't have Google, we didn't have data and stats the way we have it now, and we can access it so quick.
Yes.
Now, these women can say these things, but I would say this, a lot of young women nowadays are waking up. And I'll say this, right? I'm gonna ask a question. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But seeing as the black men are not viable, we're not good enough, we can't match up,
I think I know where you're going with this.
why not go to other cultures? Because they're sweeping you off your feet in massive numbers. Why not do that? Because the grass is greener over there. Why don't black women do that instead? What's your thoughts
Why
on
don't
that?
black women do
Why
it?
don't black women, because black women in
Leave
particular,
black men alone, you mean?
leave black men alone because they're not good enough. They haven't got the greatest
The tools
degrees,
they need.
blah, blah, blah. Whatever things that they can think of.
Do you know what?
Why not cross over?
Do you know what makes me laugh about that? About what you're asking. You see, the black men who have crossed over the fence to the greener grass, as you put it, those black women have a big problem with it. Cussing, oh, you're this and you're that.
They do.
How could you? You're a coon. You're blah, blah, blah. How are you cussing the guy that you say you don't want?
Exactly. He ain't good
Because
enough.
he's moved from black women to a different race.
Yes.
Because he don't want to deal with black women that act like you.
Yeah. But
They can cuss about it.
we'll touch on that later. But I'm saying, why don't, if black men are not good enough, why not cross over to the other side? The grass is greener.
Black men
Because
ain't
white
good.
men make more money. Asians make more money. The Hispanic make less money. But those apparently the color change, the color shift should make it all better, right? So don't deal with black men anymore. Why not do that? Seeing as it's better, you have chicks, black women on TikTok doing the masa challenge, right? Imagine that, right? Our ancestors fought for us
Exactly.
to be in the positions that we are in today. Because many of us, we ain't never had slavery.
Nope.
We never had any fuckeries. We never had all that stuff, right? We live cushy, really and truly. Yeah, I'm not saying it's all good, but I'm saying really and truly, come on now. Come on now. So our ancestors fought for what they fought so we can be all good. And you have our people saying, let's do the masa challenge.
We have our women saying, let's do the master challenge, because I have yet to see a black man with his white woman.
No, I've seen that. To be fair, I've seen a black man getting walked around like a dog, right?
Okay,
That's why I said our people. I didn't.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I have seen more black women do it, but I have also, to be fair, I've seen black men being walked around like a dog,
Okay.
and the master challenge.
Well, I haven't seen the guy one. I've seen just the females. But okay, I'm fine to be corrected in that. You have seen it. So then you say all instead of just women. I've just seen the women
But
do
if the
it.
grass is greener, with white men making more money because they are doing better than us, why not? Okay, that's the case, right? If black women are so educated, make more money, and all of those nice trimmings, why is other cultures not sweeping you off your feet? Because we know black people are still together 80%. Despite all racism, all kind of fuckeries, all kind of things we've been through, black people stay together. This is our grandparents, right? So why is it today when we make more money, we got more opportunities? What's the problem? Okay, if you think going for the white man is better, going for other cultures is better, why not do that? If we're not good enough, why even have the conversation? Why are you even looking at us? Stop speaking to us.
Why are you so bothered though?
That's what I'm saying. So go to the other. If we're not good enough, leave us alone. We're not good enough. We ain't ish.
Oh no, it's
We've been told it how long? Niggas ain't shit. Ask your question.
Or I'm gonna say black women hard to deal with. As a black man.
Now, I'll answer that question after we play the last video,
Okay.
because that's the question for the next video, because it all ties in. But I'll just say, if the grass is greener and the other cultures make more money, then leave us alone. And I'm generalizing. I'm not saying all black women. I'm just saying some, or big majority, believe that because they got their degree, they got yada yada yada, that they're better than. And men and rational black women in the community know that you've been to, okay, you're not, as a black woman, you're not allowed to fail. You and Asian women have this in common.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to fail. You look at mommy and you're afraid of mommy. You look at mommy as, oh, she's a superhero or whatever anomaly she may be. You're not allowed to fail. That's all we know. And that's stressful.
It is.
Oh, the be all and end all is just having a degree. Men don't care about your degree. When's the last time you hit the gym? And you know what's funny? That's the way to insult a chick nowadays. You go to the gym.
Okay.
It's the truth. What do you bring to the table? Oh, my degree. I don't care for your degree. I've got this business. I'm doing yada yada yada. What do you bring to the table? Do you cook?
Men will care about your degree only if that degree can help him, obviously help yourself, but help him also. Let's say help us to do, build, or whatever you need to do, and your degree is helpful in that way. If it's not, then that's your degree.
Your degree is only to demean us. Your degree is to only be in competition with us, to measure D's with us. That's what it comes down to.
Has feminism done a good one?
It's done a number on them, but people do it on themselves because you have data, you have stats, you have the information right in your face. At the end of the day, despite you saying you have more money than us, you got more degrees than us, you got more everything than us, why is it if I meet a chick today that has all those nice trimmings, degree, masters, 6 figures, why is it she wants me to pay on a date? So you want a traditional man, or you're a modern woman. That mix don't work well. It's like mixing Nesquik and run your belly. So, in that being said,
Equality.
but exactly, equality when it suits them.
What happened to equality? Pay for your own meal.
Let's go Dutch. Oh, you're not a real man. Oh, you're not this, all the sign language. Oh, you make 6 figures. You pay. I'm broke. Remember that.
No, they still want the broke man.
You see how that works?
Pay.
You see how
and
that
if
works?
that's the case, then don't date broke men.
Stop listening to Generation X's. They want you to end up just like them.
Lonely, miserable.
Misery needs company. Fellas, rational, decent women invest in cat and dog food and box wine.
Oh, yes.
Winter's coming.
Alcohol.
That they're going to be ordering that in
Bulks.
boatloads.
Exactly.
Anyways, let's jump to the third clip and we're going to close out. So without further delay, we're going to round this out with the third clip. Here's clip number 3.
A question for black women. Why do you think that black men look outside of their race to find a partner?
I'm getting ready for bed, so I know I look a little crazy, but I think most black men look outside their race for a partner because they feel any other race is more easy to live with than black women. Think about the stereotypes black women have had for the longest. We're known for being the loud, bitter, ghetto baby mamas, ratchet, hood, all of that. And a lot of black women also don't want to submit to a man. It's very unfortunate, but a lot of black women also haven't had their fathers in the home. This leads single mothers to grow up their daughters having that mindset of the strong, independent black woman, the one who doesn't need any help, the one who's dominant, the one that is strong and feels like she can do everything on her own. And though there's nothing wrong with being strong, a lot of black women equate being strong to being loud, being assertive, being the dominant one. And no man, especially the black man, wants to be in a relationship with a woman with that mindset. The black man has been put down for years and years and years. He goes out every day fighting for his family. He doesn't want to come back home to fight round 2 with his wife. At the end of the day, our black men are kings, and we just really have to treat them with the respect and love that they deserve. Because I guarantee you could turn on your TV right now and the world's not doing it.
Firstly, let's mention that black men will go after non-black women who mimic black women. So that's one, but are you also not going to talk about the way that dark-skinned black women in particular get attacked unprovoked? But you talked about single mothers. You talked about single mothers and you didn't bring up the fact that the fathers have left these mothers. That mother wouldn't have had to raise that child independently to be an independent woman that's apparently loud and this and assertive and dominant had the father had stayed. If it's a situation where the father did leave and was capable of taking care of the baby and didn't want to. It's almost like you didn't tap on at all how dark-skinned black women are ridiculed, attacked, and talked about unprovoked. Not long ago on that Smash or Pass video, when those black men were passing up that dark-skinned black woman because she was dark, what stereotype was she upholding? I don't think there's anything wrong with dating outside of your race, but if you're doing it with the intention because you stereotype and generalize all of the women or men in your race, then that's an issue. She says something about men going out and fighting for their families and doing what he got to do, but there are women that do that as well. I'm just tired of the pointing fingers, well, it's all these men's fault, or it's all these women's fault. It's like, I think that both men and women both take a responsibility in things like this. I feel like the way she completely neglected to also hold black men accountable is a little problematic. I also wanted to add this in. Don't you remember when black women were marching for black men in the Black Lives Matter protest because black men were the ones getting shot and killed? And in return, a lot of black women were being put in situations where not only will black men not protect them, but be the ones that hurt them. Did you forget that? So now what's the excuse for that? What did black women do that time to get that kind of response? What did they do to deserve that? That's what I want to know. Shit.
Okay, that's the end of that clip, right? Let me say this. The guy asks a simple question, and this is what happens generally in the black community. The black man asks a question. Let's go back to that question. Why do you think black men go outside of their race to find a partner? Listening to her, you forgot what the question was.
Yeah.
Because it's all about you. All eyes on them, right? Just like the Tupac album, right? So listening to her, I'm hearing sign language shaming us into tolerating their bad behavior. Now, I'm not saying all black women have bad behavior, but you listen, niggas know what I'm talking about. Let's keep it 100, innit? So you're trying to shame us into tolerating your bad behavior, then talking about, oh, black women stood with black men, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying they don't, but ain't none of us had slavery and had to stand with each other and Black Lives Matter. And if we break down Black Lives Matter, I don't want to really go deep into that. But Black Lives Matter, wasn't the founder spent $6 million on you guys' money? Because I didn't give them no money. Didn't they spend $6 million buying houses? And they bought houses before, the founders. And if you break down Black Lives Matter and what they stand for, they don't stand for the black family.
Just go to their website and read it.
Exactly.
Then you'll find out what they're down for.
This is why in the Bible it says a woman shouldn't lead, because you're leading with feelings over facts. The first girl got the assignment right. The guy asked a question
And she answered.
and
the
she
question.
answered the question.
Exactly.
Let me go to my next point. Tashina Arnold, the woman on Everybody Hates Chris, she got backlash for her question. Let me go back to the question. What can we do as women in America to stop aiding in the emasculation of black men in America? That's the question that she asked. Funny. What about us? What about black women? Was the question about black women, or did it say, what can we do and stop the aiding of black men? Oh, because I forgot. In our community, black men's not allowed to have feelings.
Nope. And it always has to go back to, women. And
What
us?
about us?
But no one is talking about that right now. We're talking about black men and how to help black men. That's what, with her, that's what her question was. And just like with this guy, he's saying, what are the reasons, or what are some of the reasons as to why black men will date outside his race?
Tashina Arnold
Now, why?
got ridiculed just for asking a question. And if you see some of those comments, that should tell you the problem in the community. Whoa. Black men ain't allowed to have any feelings.
Let's think about who was actually doing the bashing.
We know who was doing the bashing because
In
it's
case
normal.
you didn't know, black women was doing the bashing. Now, can you see where we're going with this? Can you see, like, where
What
the
about
problem
us?
is?
Blah, blah, blah. And then the bashing of black men. You're not going to shame us, sign language us into tolerating your bad behavior. There's some questions in this podcast. Soon, I'm going to be forced to ask. This is reminding me of, can't remember the guy's name, but Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. There's some questions, Mr. Roper, that I'm going to have to ask. Anyone that knows about Chinese movies is going to know what I mean. But there's some questions I'm going to ask. But add your point, then I'll ask the question.
Okay. Well, why are black men, going, like we said, crossing over to the other side? Why are they hopping over the gate? You know, why they want to taste for something else and not
as a black female? Why do you think, from your own perspective, and be honest, why do you think black men are hopping over the fence, as you say?
Well, I think the reason why,
and by the way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
But we are generalizing. We're not saying all black women, because this is something we have to say, because people be like, oh, what do you mean black women? We're not talking about all black women. We're talking about some. We're just generalizing.
Exactly.
So why do you think that's the case?
Some of the reasons for me, I would say, and also ladies, talk to men and you'll actually get answers too, which I know you don't do. But anyway, a lot of black women, not all, like you said, are hard to deal with. A lot of them have stinking attitudes. A lot of them are disrespectful. A lot of them, I don't need no man attitude, nagging.
Miss Independent.
Exactly. I'm independent. That whole independent mindset. I'm strong and independent.
Okay.
Some of them.
What about being, let's say the slavery word, or slavery, let's move slavery into submission.
Okay, so a lot of them are not submissive.
Okay.
They're not submissive. They don't want to cook.
Are they submissive with other culture men?
They are.
Well, we spoke about the Masa challenge.
They are. They're more let's put it this way. I don't think they'll be 100% submissive, but I would say that they are a lot more submissive to other cultures, other, races than their own.
So then that leads me to ask a question. Do black women have a contempt for black men?
Well, yes. A lot of them do, yes.
Okay.
Some do it and they know that's what the case is. And I can say
some are conditioned.
Some of them are conditioned, they don't realize it.
Yeah.
But either way, yes, the answer is yes. You have contempt.
Okay. So you think because black women are Miss Independent, boss chicks, I can do it all by myself, attitude, because we don't argue a black woman's beauty, looks or her beauty, but we argue
Your attitude
her
and
behavior.
your mindset.
So, remember I said there's a question that I'm going to be forced to ask.
Yes.
Now I'm going to ask it.
Okay.
This is to you
Okay.
and people put in the comments. What do you guys think? Black man, this is to the men. Black man, is it time to jump ship and date outside your race? Because generally speaking, they've put their position forward. We're not good enough. We don't make enough money. Like, we have to buy their femininity. That's based on how much money you make, how much you're going to simp and beg.
And by their submission.
So, if you can go to another culture and get better results, women cooking, cleaning for you, and doing it with a smile on their face, happy to do it. Is it time to jump ship? Now, I'm not saying, let me say this. I'm not saying is the grass is greener on the other side. I'm just simply asking a question. The lady, the black lady, the darker skinned lady in the clip, I agree with her.
I do too.
Why would he go to slay the world and come back to World War II with his wife?
Yeah.
If I slay the world with my Becky or Mei Ling or Isabella, and I'm coming back home, oh, you want to back Rob? And a bath.
What accent was that?
Listen, put in the comments, what accent do you think it was? If I come back home to submission, back rub, bath, set for me, massage,
Food.
then, and it's just peaceful,
nice
inspirational,
environment.
let me know, you know what? You got this, man. I got you. If I'm getting this from the other side, is it time for black men to jump ship? Now, black men, put in the comments, what do you guys think? I'm not swaying you to do this. I'm just saying, are you willing to put up and tolerate with a black woman just because she's black? I would say to black men, go for who treats you good and pick the color last. That's what I'd say. I know hyenas got something different to say, but they're the ones that run our community. The gynocracy runs the community, and we see where the community is going.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, you was asking me the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer this question in reference to having a son. Now, would I want my son to jump ship? He's young, so when he's older, obviously, to jump ship and move from his own to a different race.
Yeah.
Like you just said, I want my son to be treated very well. Now, personally, okay, I'm a black female. My whole family's black. I would like him to be with a black woman because we're all black. So in that sense, I'm very much for my own race.
Okay.
But
nothing wrong with that.
But if all these girls are gonna have, like we said before, stinking attitude, treating him bad.
Now we're generalizing. So if you're saying, sorry to cut you, if you're saying that within his own culture, he's going to be treated bad, and other cultures going to be different. Continue.
Yes. So if in his culture, his black women are going to give him attitude, treat him bad, don't want to cook him a meal, don't want to rub him a bath, just be generally nice to him, affectionate and submissive and stuff.
Don't use bedroom fun as a weapon.
Yeah.
Every chick does that, no matter the color. I'm just saying, but yeah.
I'm not even gonna bring up sex, but I'm just saying, if
Yeah.
they're not gonna do that for my son, then I would say, okay, then I can kind of say, okay, cool. Get a woman that's gonna treat you good.
You're saying, okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. And I think some black women would hear what you're saying also. But what you're saying is that So this is what I'm hearing. Stop me if I'm wrong. And this is what I'm going to close out on. You're saying I would prefer you to get with someone that looks like you as far as complexion. But at the same time, you're telling your son to tolerate and put up with bad behavior over just because I said initially, go for inspirational women, submissive women, feminine women. Of course, I want an educated woman. I don't want a stupid woman. Go for women that's down for you. Pick the color last. See, I said all those things and I said the color last.
Yeah.
So you're saying, ideally, I would want this. So you're going based on the delusion or a reality that works best for you. I'm speaking in right here, right now, based on what we're seeing, based on the stats, based on the data.
Okay.
I hear you.
I'm just saying, if he is lucky enough to find a black woman and she is all those things you mentioned,
Yeah.
submissive and everything else, then yes, I'll be more than happy that that's the situation.
Okay.
But if he cannot find a black woman that are those things, then I'm not gonna say to him, "Oh no, don't go to the other side," because she's not black. No, I'm gonna say go for what's for the woman,
Why?
for the woman
Why?
that is good for you. So whatever color that is, then do that. But I'm not gonna accept a woman that's gonna treat my son like shit. I'm just gonna be honest.
And we're not saying all black women.
Of
We're not
course.
saying that all black women treat men like
No.
ish. I've met, and I've told you, many of black women that are amazing
Yep.
women. And I've met them in my heyday when I was a playboy and I wasn't ready to settle down, and they were amazing chicks, right? So there's as many good black women out there.
Yes, there is.
But I'm just saying, sometimes when you dibble and dabble in the other side, and all women like to shame us in that, oh, you date a white chick, right? I don't give a fuck what you think. I'd date who I want to fucking date. I don't care about that stuff. That sign language don't work on me. I'm just saying, sometimes when you date other cultures, you realize, hey, I'm not saying the grass is greener just because they're white or they're Asian or they're Hispanic or some other chick or whatever. I'm not saying it's all good, but I'm just saying sometimes when it comes to other chicks, more time they value their men. And in our community, our men is not valued.
No.
Our women is shoving degrees. Oh, my daughter, you ever gone? Okay, last thing I'll say, right? How much times have you been around your mother or your mother's friends and as the male, me being the male, right? Oh, my daughter's doing this. My daughter's got this degree, yada, yada, yada. What's your son doing? Always brandishing that degree. Who cares? That degree ain't getting you the man. Those chicks are still single to this day. How you got a degree in psychology, but you work in the bank? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's my final
That's
thought.
true.
That people put in the comments. What do you guys think? Men, is it time to jump ship? Where you at with this? What's your thoughts on this conversation? I'm not attacking nobody. Shout out to Rebecca Lynn Pope. We just had to highlight some of the issue that you've been saying. We will tag those videos. I will tag some of the data, some of the stats for this particular podcast. But where do you guys stand on what we're saying? That's where I'm at with it. What do you want to close out with?
Well, you pretty much said it all. I would just add like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah,
and make
definitely, man.
sure you press that notification bell so every time we post a video, you'll be notified. And yeah.
Yeah. So in that being said, man, tell us your thoughts, comment, whatever. Anyways, it's a good podcast.
Yep.
We out. Peace.
Peace.
In the next one.